On today's episode of The Post Haste, we pose the question, will it dog? With our guest host, Emmy. Emmy, you want to say something to the people? You're terrible at this. So anyway, part of the reason I bought this car was fitting a dog. And having 4 doors is great. Having 2 was not great. It was hard to load her in. Having the hatch is nice. I could put her in the hatch. She's not a huge fan of it, but it does work. But overall, it's a great car for dogs. And there's many things about it that make getting a dog around a little bit easier. One of the things she likes, even though she's kind of going against the point right now, is with the direct drive, there's not a lot of transmission shifting, obviously. There's kind of not a transmission, so consequently it's a smoother ride for her so she doesn't stumble around as much on her little beans. And the other thing too is, the one thing she does not like is it does have a fair amount of torque. And off the line, if I'm not careful, I can kind of throw her into the back seat a little bit. But she's belted in, so it's fine. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it's a good car for dogs. They fit easily, plenty of room. You can still throw stuff in the hatch. I think eventually I might fold the seats down and get a mat for the back and see if she likes lying in a bed there. I don't think she'll be a fan. She'll probably want the back seat, but we'll see how that goes. You know, and realistically, any car can fit a dog. I mean, you know, she's not that big. She could probably fit in the front of a, Porsche Cayman. But you want your dog to be comfortable and safe. So it's nice to have a good back seat that you can put them in. I will say she probably wishes there were heated rear seats, which the Canadian models get, I believe. We do not get those, but all in all, she looks pretty comfortable to me. Isn't that right, Emmy? Also, little known fact, Dalmatian's hair is barbed. So it gets stuck in literally everything. And I do worry about the quality of the carpet in this car because it's not as nice as my previous car's carpet. However, one of the big reasons I decided to get the top trim was leather seats. I personally like cloth seats better, but her hair does not like cloth seats, and it was a big consideration considering I'm going to have to clean it up, and I don't think I was ever going to be able to get the hair out of those sports seats, even though I like the sports seats. I think they're in some ways more comfortable. But yeah, it was just kind of a no-fly zone once I realized that her hair was just going to be caught in every square inch of those things. They were going to look like little porcupines with all these white hairs sticking out of them. But, Emmy, you all right back there? All in all, it's a good car for a dog. She seems to enjoy the ride. It doesn't shake her around too much back there. I do think it's a little higher sprung than, say, the Accord, but she seems to do okay, I say as I break and unsettle her. She's still not a huge fan of turns or going too quick around turns, as you might expect. I mean, I feel like I'm really carrying the show right now. Nothing to say? Not even a little bark or whine or fart? Oh, there we go, burp. Your addition is appreciated. This is going to be a quick one. I just wanted to prove to you that a dog fits in back comfortably. She's not a huge dog, but she's about 50 pounds. You definitely couldn't fit a Great Dane in this. You'd need a CRV for that. But then you'd have to put up with the CRV driving dynamics, so there's that. Not that it's not a good car. CRVs are great cars. Just not a lot of fun to drive. Hold on to your butt, Emmy. I tell myself she likes twisties and going around turns. I think that's a complete lie, but I tell myself that because I like going around turns. Well, I think that's probably it. I just wanted to prove I could fit a Dalmatian in the back of this thing, and I can. So if you guys have a dog that's around 50 pounds, they should be pretty happy. or at least not horribly distressed. Well, I appreciate you guys watching, and this has been a quick one, but I'll do some other random car thing shortly, so I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for putting up with me. This episode was brought to you by dog food. You know, that stuff that even after you puke it up is still fun to eat again.